Okay, folks. I figured I'm open. Actually, the store's open today, but I thought I would I'm back here, still working on the collectibles catalog. So I thought I'd just go ahead and go live. What the heck, huh? Let me go to my. I like to have chat up just in case anybody watches. Nothing exciting, super duper. You get to see some of the stuff coming up on the auction right now. I'm going through. I'm going through my collectibles. I'm adding a bunch of what you call it. I'm trying to get to. Sorry, I'm trying to get to where I can see chat just in case anybody happens to jump in. Live now. One watching. That might be me. Let me mute my computer. I really just want to get the chat up. I've got this whole box, this whole bag.
Through my
there it goes. Echo.
A bunch of.
Hey, Lonnie.
What you call it?
And of course, my wife calls right when I'm going through. Hello. Hi. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was just saying I was live, so I was just letting you know that. Sure, sounds like fun.
Okay. Sounds great.
Okay, I am live on YouTube, just so you know. Yeah, I'm adding to the doing all the loose action figures. Kathleen says hello. Anyway, well, you're not on speakerphone, so they're not hearing what you're saying. Okay, bye. Yeah, I ate a couple wings and the meat and crackers. Okay, bye. Love you too. Bye. Of course, I get a call right when as soon as I hit the live button, I get a call. But I'm still wrapping up the collectibles inventory. I'm going to see how this works. If I turn on my lights in here, it's terrible. You get a lot of backlight. So, and I'm trying to mess with the zoom and everything else. And I just lost, where'd he go? I lost, okay, there he is. So I'm adding this to our current catalog that's coming up this week. Maybe I'm going to be gone this next week. I want to see if my focus is going to do, and maybe just be that I might have to add that light in there. Okay, we're just going to have to deal with it and hope that it's not too bright. I'll darken that down. I don't really need this light. My camera on the phone actually does pretty good. I just built this whole lot of G.I. Joe, what I assume is G.I. Joe action figures from the early 2000s. This is stuff I've had in my shop in a tote for quite some time. I actually brought in on consignment from a friend of mine, and it's my wife. Hello.
Sorry. I just wanted to also tell you that I put all three of the girls on the schedule for that last Monday, and from 12 to 5. And I thought from that you could get all the stuff on the counter, have them clean it, and
Okay. Sounds like a great plan. Okay, sounds good.
Love you, bye.
Bye. I love my wife dearly, but sometimes it's like I say, okay, I'm going live, and okay, and then she calls back up wanting to talk about something that's going to happen in a couple weeks. So, no, I think she likes to check up on me and making sure that I'm actually working. Because sometimes I do get sidetracked. Even when I have customers, especially when I have customers come in that I get sidetracked talking, and I may step aside when and I might step out there if I have a customer come in and help them. So basically, I'm just lotting a bunch of these loose figures. A lot of them on the tags had $5 written on them. But at auction, people are looking for a deal, so I am just grouping them up. And luckily, they were kind of grouped up, or I kind of recognized from my childhood. Okay, let's face it, I was watching cartoons well past my childhood, so who am I going to kid? So I don't know. G.I. Joe, I can't remember the years that they come in. Hey, Susie! Thanks for jumping in. So right now, I don't know if you guys saw the video I put out today. I kind of cheated and I took I put a Facebook kind of video together to do an ad campaign for our collectibles auction. This is the first collectibles or specialized auction I've done through our place, and it's really because I had a huge amount of. I have a lot of Spawn characters. I have a lot of comic books. And the comic books, I don't know if you guys have seen many of the newer, I don't know if they call it New Age comics, or, looking at brands like Image, Windstorm. There's a whole slew of newer comics out there, but some of them get kind of racy, so I'm hoping that I don't scare away too many of my regulars, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures. 6 figures. I did that mainly because it was easy to list. I put the catalog together mainly at home. Today I'm at the shop just trying to wrap up some of these. I have these loose figures. I thought, you know what, while I'm sitting there, the shop is open, I could easily be taking photos of these and go from there. I want to see if maybe I can configure video. Do I have a zoom on this? Camera control. Zoom. Now I know you're not seeing my entire mess. The magic of television. Apply. Okay. I'll close that. Hopefully I didn't lose my... Ta-da! Hey, look at that. Modern technology, folks, at its finest. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I have anywhere from, right now I'm looking at G.I. Joe. I've got Star Wars, some Star Trek, some, I think I saw Tomb Raider, some obscure figures that will probably go with those modern comics. But, yeah, we'll see how this does. Like I said, it's our first specialized auction, where I'm going to try to put in the tail end of it some of our normal items that we carry, just so that my active buyers have something to look at and bid on. But this one, I'm probably going to have a lot of ships on this. That's what I'm anticipating. I pushed I haven't used the Facebook campaigns a ton. I've experimented with them, but we'll see how. Oh no, that bag's got a hole in it. There we go. I was like, that guy, I thought I put him in the bag. This is what happens when you reuse plastic bags. Put my number on it, and we're going to toss it over here. I've got some die casts I've got to do today. I've got a bunch of sports cards. I've actually got a call today from somebody that wants to consign. Just want to thank you for the information you gave about a year ago. It was about the app completely. I use it all the time. I never would have known about it completely. Well, if I did give you some good information that you're able to use, you're welcome. Oh, look, that's Star Wars there. G.I. Joe. I try not to put terrible information out there or incorrect information. If I do give information, I try to shoot pretty straight. Oh, look, is that an actual good guy? What? Is that guy from, or is that Marvel? He almost looks like, no, I think it's right. I think I remember him from the movie. Some of these, if I say they are G.I. Joe and you guys recognize that they are not, totally let me know. I know this one isn't. That was oh, I just went totally mind blank. That looks like a good healthy lot. Oh, you know what? Let's make this a mega lot. Mega lot. Some of them I'm just not real sure about. That looks completely different. I should keep my bags over here just in case. Okay, we're going to throw these guys together. And I'm sitting back there so you guys can see what I'm doing. I know it's not overly exciting, but this is my life. Had a couple really good sales on eBay this last week. Let's just say in the last two, because I don't want to lie and say they just came in. It was the last 3 sales I had. I sold some trains up there for $1,000. I sold some. If you guys come across gun books, catalogs, like the hunters would have looked in, those older ones, they can bring some money. I just sold 2 of them in one lot. Went to auction and ended up at $455 for the 2. But yeah, I might have to do a sold video. I just been real leery about doing a sold video, because it would really look like, based on the last 3 or 4 sales that I did, it would really look like that I was making stuff up. I mean, that's how bad it. I mean, that's how it was. I had the last 3 sales I had totaled over $1,600, which it was not the norm. I'm just getting back into eBay. I just started listing things. I don't know if it's just because I'm only picking higher value things to list and running everything through the auction house, or what it is, but my sales have been through the roof. There's another GI lot. G.I. Joe lot. How are y'all sales been doing? Good. I know I continue to watch Lonnie's. I know he's always doing good. Knocking him out. I'm just glad I don't have to go to the post office at this point in my life as much as he does. As we transition into the fall and winter, I will be getting more into I've already started putting more stuff on eBay, so I'm hoping to increase the times that I go to the post office. Well, in actuality, I'll probably start utilizing scheduled pickups. Look at what's that guy's doing, laying down on the job. Let's get him flipped back over. I'll probably be utilizing pickups from the post office. I mean, literally, the post office is just about a block around the corner, block down, block. But it's just finding the time. I went to get my mail today, and Of course, my mailbox was completely full. I don't think they could have shoved another piece of junk mail in it. That's another thing I have to start getting on top of. Things are finally starting to get, I think, to the norm. I'm really, well, I wouldn't say norm. What is the norm? Things are getting manageable, I think, is what I want to say. Or I'm getting better at managing. Look at this here. This is going to be a mixture of action figure weapons. I might throw it in the lot of. This is Halo. No, this has to go to the Halo lot, except for that one there. I don't know what that is. These are Halo weapons. Halo weapons. Halo. Halo. Look at that. Okay. I don't know what that is. We're going to throw it in there, or I'm going to leave it. Your battery is running low. Did I forget to plug my computer back in? We can't have that now, can we? Bam! There we go. So these are all Halo. Let's highlight the energy sword there. Plasma sword. There we go. And 478. Someone's just going to have these action figure accessories. But I have a guy bringing in sports cards today. You know, and it's good to hear that sales are good for you too, Susie, and people that I don't know what it is, if the people, and you too, Lonnie, but I know that you are a master at eBay sales, and that's just really just like you, Susie. It's about listing. I haven't been listing daily, although I might put a couple things up. Pretty much everything back here on this shelf is what I have. Outside of, I just listed some bow and arrow or some archery quivers. Interesting, I can almost find information on just about anything on YouTube, but these quivers, they're made by Browning. I could not find anything on. It's like, did the company really make quivers? I picked them up at auction. I think I gave $1 a piece for them. The list price on the packaging was it's $34.95. I've already got an inquiry on one asking me. I haven't listed in a while, actually, like a week. It's just because you have the we'll make up a name for it. eBay has you dialed in, or does eBay have you dialed in as the top-notch, ultra special, high-rated seller, or is it that you just dialed everything in, where you have you've got everything that is? I think that's a lot. One thing I did learn is, after I dumped everything that I have. Everything that I had listed in my store, and I had over 500 before I started this auction house. When I went and dumped all of that out, dropped my store down to 0, just seeing the amount of stuff that I listed on my auction, that when I first started, knowing that I looked at comps on everything, I'm like, there's going to be a ton of profit in here, and then thinking back and when I did dump everything, how much of that crap is just that crap? Yeah, it had comps. It had decent comps, but not understanding just because something has comps that it's going to sell. There's always a buyer for something. There might be 2 or 3 buyers for that something, but it's not something that's going to sell on a regular basis. I understand there are one-off things that will sell every time, but there's a lot of stuff that I bought was just downright crap. So I'm a little bit more selective. That's the. I was just surprised. I have some stuff here I'm about to pull off, and that's something I'm doing now with the store. I have these Lefton figures. I've got them listed for $90. There's, I think, 8 or 9 of them there. I just did them as a huge lot. It's they're little porcelain. Ice cream tray, man. That's something too. We're definitely going to gear up more next year. With me, this is kind of the plan. I am hoping that before summer of next year, I will have at least one employee here, other than just myself and my wife helping. It is a ton of work. This is just miscellaneous stuff. I don't even know. Hopefully there's going to be something in this lot of pieces. I mean, it looks almost like there's a Wolverine hand in there. This guy's missing his legs. This is going to be action figure miscellaneous. There's another set of legs. I mean, somebody's going to have to be one. You know what? I'm going to throw this guy in here too. But I want to be able to get an employee here to help give me a little bit more time. To handle some of the other stuff that I got going on. I swear, some of these stuff I don't even know what the heck's going on. But anyway, we kind of pulled back a little bit on the ice cream. We still ran ice cream, but we didn't have the trucks on the road all the time, which that was just money thrown out the door. But it's because we've been trying to get this business up on the up off the ground. Yes, the learning curve. I tell you what, I don't know if you sat through a painful watch of me doing one of my auction hauls. But now I'm buying truckloads at auction. I mean, I fill up my truck sometimes twice to bring to the store. And I've seen some people try to emulate what I do, but what they don't see is all the work behind it. My first step is I'm going through, and as I'm unloading the truck, there's already stuff that I'm putting aside for straight to donation. And then there's stuff I'm going to put through the auction, and there might be a couple items that I pull to put on eBay, whether that be through stuff I get at the auction. Yesterday I went to a place and I spent $150 on. I filled up the back of my truck over the top of my cab, and that's a little Ford Ranger. I filled up my wife's car. She's got a Jeep Latitude with the seats folded down. Filled that up twice, and that was all for $150. A lot of it there was quite a bit of Christmas stuff in there, but along with all that, there was an old Weber barbecue kettle grill. I listed that on eBay, put it up to auction. I've already got a $100 bid on it. So, after fees and everything else, that one item will pay for about half of what we got into it. And there's a lot of other stuff in there that will make up the rest, and then pull profit in on top of that. There's a couple of pieces that I think will do okay. Some art pieces, but action figure parts and accessories. This is basically what I do when I'm. Oh, and something else. I have a guy, but my guy takes all of my donation stuff Yeah, the hardest thing to emulate is hard work, or just being and just being able to say no. Yes, that's got value to it, but it's not worth the time and effort for me to mess with. But that's funny. I totally lost. Oh, so when I'm building these lots, just so you know, I have to entice people to bid at least $2 on every item, at least. So when you see something, I mean, you might be able to get $7 or $8 out of this guy with all of his accessories if you went online. You might be able to get 4 or 5 for this one if you went to eBay. Maybe 5 to 8 on this guy. I don't know. I didn't look at any comps, but there's a difference between a global market and a local market, and I'm going for local in the hopes of global, but a lot of this stuff's going to be easy to ship. But I have that same mentality when I'm buying stuff, and I let people know up front that I'm cheap. And but on the what I was going to say on my guy is a guy that takes everything away. I mean, I have a guy, all the stuff that's donate, he comes and takes off my hands. He's a reseller. He gets his own benefits, but I personally am just glad it's not worth it to me to make the trip to get the sheet of paper for the tax write-off, just because of my time is valuable as well. I always laugh at your guy. He's a garbage man. I always laugh at all those comments you get, Lonnie, about, man, I wish I had a guy. And it's just the I guess it probably helps the business that I'm in, but I think anybody could do it. You just got to prepare, like I said, for the work. But you could. I have a couple of guys that bring in stuff on a regular basis. I have a couple of guys, a couple of people that if they see stuff, they'll call me up and tell me, hey, if you're interested in any of this stuff, come and get it. So I think that my suggestion is that people just got to make it known that they sell or that they buy. Once people know that you're into buying stuff, but like I said, it probably helps too that I have a door that people come in. I have a big sign that says consign. What is it? Come in to consign, log in to bid. So I think that's the key. It's just letting it known that you're in the market to buy things, and they can have a guy too. But when I comment on those posts, that come across your feeds, Lonnie, I'm just razzing you. These things, everything else that I put on this upcoming catalog was easy. It was all packaged. It's just like lay it up there. I might put a few words about the maker, the year that it came out. There was no laying stuff out. I shouldn't have put that. Well, I should have put that one guy back in a bag. Oh well. What do you do? This was just a hodgepodge. You throw. It's kind of like you have to throw in the junk to search for the treasure. Or this saves me a trip to. Right, that is about the truth. Oh no. I can't have that. Oh, it's a lot. It's hard to do a lot of things sitting in front of the computer. 316. One of these days, I will figure out how to do actual working group hangouts, so I can. Ever since they started getting rid of the whole Hangouts thing, I didn't know what to do. Oh, I love this game. If you guys have not played, well, I think there's been another one since the last one I played because I don't play video games that much. But the Tomb Raider series I played on my Xbox, but it was a spectacular game. Just the visuals on it, or maybe does that even go to her? Where did she hold that? All right, here, let's mount. I guess I should show what I'm doing. I'm actually playing with toys right now. This is Lara Croft Tomb Raider. It does look like from the, put it in her hand, from the more recent series. I don't even know if this gun goes to her, but you know what? She's going to be sporting it anyway. Ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. It's all about playing with your action figures and staging them for the come on. You know what? This is an art, I think, to be able to play with an action figure to get him to stand up. Look at that. Just so I will make the sacrifice. Like I got her balanced back up. New same. Let's see. Now I'm gonna pick it up because I don't know what year it was. 2000. This is the only time I get to play with toys is when I am listing them. We know you like Tomb Raider. It's really hard to find a guy. All of Rod's guys are 3 3/4 inch tall. Today, anyway, right? Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. Let's see here. This is going to be the money shot here. This is what's going to sell. Okay. See, these are more fun. Say hello to my little friend. That's what I'm going to put a caption on this one. Next up is Deadpool. So I'm really interested in talking to this guy about his sports cards. Supposedly at one point he bought a storage unit that was completely packed full of storage bins full of full of comics. And now I think he's just got so many he's ready to let some of them go. Have a great day, Susie. Thanks for stopping in. I'm just here to fill people's time until they find a more interesting channel to watch. This is a little bitty Deadpool with all his accessories, it looks like. I've already added a couple of Deadpool figures. I don't know why I do Deadpool separately. Maybe it's just perceived value. But this guy is not wanting to stand. There he is. Hey, Krillin. Idaho is still not California and not Washington. And unbeknownst to many, it's not Iowa either. Bid more to win. This Rod speaking.
Yeah, hey, this is Royce. I talked to you earlier.
Yeah.
Cards.
Yeah.
Are you at that location right now?
9422 North Gunman Way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm headed in that direction.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm on Prairie and 4th, so I'm just headed that way.
Okay, depending on, it's probably best to come up 4th until you get up to Honeysuckle.
It's busy.
Yeah, Government Way is always busy.
Okay.
For Idaho, anyway.
What was it again?
2-2.
942.
Yeah, it's halfway between Zips and Capone's.
Okay. Got it. On the right?
Yeah, there's a little strip mall there.
Okay. I'll be there in a few.
Okay, thanks, Rose.
Thanks. Good night.
Bye. That is my. Well, I'm hoping to be my sports cards guy. I'm hoping all my sports cards I'm adding to this catalog is. Oh shoot! I added Deadpool to the Laura Croft listing. 478. That's no good. No bueno. Deadpool. I'm going to take his picture before I pick him up. But that's the guy that's going to be bringing some sports cards. Supposedly he's got a bunch of stuff still in boxes, unopened wax packs, and I totally get that a lot of it is probably going to be 80s and 90s, maybe other years in there. The thing with me, I'll tell you what, I tell people there's not really any value in a lot of those 80s, 90s, and I don't even know how much value is in the newer ones. But when they started mass producing them, there's so many of them out there. For me, the only reason I buy them because I know there's collectors that will buy them, but they're not giving me a lot of money. But I buy them so cheap that if I sell a box or two of them or a couple boxes of them for $5 to $10, I may have given $20 or $30 for an entire tote or two totes. So I mean, there might be some one-offs out there that have some value, but for the most part, if I was doing eBay or something like that, me personally, I'm totally not into. So I would never sell sports cards. But through the auction house, I have no problem doing it. It's the store's money, and I know that I want to make a little bit of profit, and I'm going to make some of my buyers happy as well. But overall, I would say no. If anybody else is, I'm sure there's probably only 2 people in the chat, but if anybody is out there that has better experience, let me know. Okay. There's some stuff I just don't think that is going to do extremely well. I'm going to go grab a few. We're going to move on to die-cast, I think. I found more action figures. Let's see what we can get into here. So I'm probably going to be knocking off here in a few. I got to go talk to this guy about the sports cards. He was wanting me to buy outright. Okay. She is not wearing much underneath her little... That's my cue. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'll catch you next time. I've got lots of non-sports cards, right? Okay, I'm going to let y'all go. Sorry to cut so short, but I have somebody here. I may jump back on later. I am not quite sure yet. I'll be right with you.